Hi, mouse fans. I'm the PC Expert Amateur, and we're going to take a look at the E-Yooso, or the actual company, well, the other company name, I guess I would be more accurate in saying, is the Eastern Times, blah, 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 Technology Company Limited. So it's the X-41 gaming mouse. It goes up to 12,400 DPI. That's a lot. And it does have RGB. What else? Let's see. 5 DPI settings, weight adjustment. It's ergonomic, and it's compatible with stuff. Yeah. So let's take a look at it. It is wired, as you can see, and you can see the points there where the light comes out, and also from here. But you'll see that in a minute or three. And there are your bullets. I mean, your weights for this. The weights are not precise. There is a little bit of variance between them. Not a huge amount, but they're also not terribly heavy. I personally don't see the point in it, but it comes preloaded like that, and it does not come with a case where you can, where you can store any of the weights that you don't want to use. So it kind of discourages subtly the storage of, or removal even, of any of the weights, so it's lighter. I personally find it stupid, but that's just me. I mean, I would have included a little case because they've done it on at least one other of their mouses that has weights. Now, let me show you the backside. And nice long cable, which I'm very, very appreciative of, because there are some mouses out there that, I think they decide, well, we don't have enough money. We're trying to save, so we're just going to remove the excess cable, and that way we can save money on the cabling. Or their goal for the mouse is to entirely to have it be for like a laptop, or maybe a tablet or something like that, where it's doesn't need a long cable because it's going to be near whatever you're working on. So you can also see the lights. Oops, let me just turn off my lights so that you can actually see those better. Well, I don't know. It's okay. It's not like really impressive, the lights that they've got there. At least not to me. It does have fire button, and then it's got more buttons over here than I've ever seen before, except for the one that I had that had a whole bunch of numbered buttons that were small, and for me were it just wasn't very convenient to have that many buttons in one place for macros and stuff like that. But what I want to do now is, in order to try to make sure I don't forget too much about this, I'm going to read my notes for you, and we'll go from there to the, just saying goodbye. Sorry, I had to move you out of the way. You were in my way. So, as I've said with their other programmable mouses, that is the big problem, the software, that is. It is not available on Google, Apple, or anywhere else, just on their website, and so there is no one making sure that the software is safe. It could very well have malware in it, and since they've not put it on sites that look for malware, that is a big risk to take. If you think that's an acceptable risk, then I'm sorry, because you're a fool. I've been in tech since 1980, and I understand the risks are much greater now than they were a long time ago. This is not really about China, even though they are a major online threat. It's this. There's always a risk that you've got malware. You'll get malware from Google, Chrome, Apple, Asus, Microsoft, etc. sites. However, when you download from a relatively unknown site in a foreign country, the risk is exponentially larger, especially when the relationship between your country and that country is hostile. Or in the case where you're in any country other than America, and they're going to hack people all over the world. I mean, that's what American intelligence agencies do. They engage in the same kind of cyber espionage that the American government accuses the world of. Yeah, I knew it before Snowden revealed it. And I've never worked in, in the intelligence community. The fire button, which is right there, is unsatisfactory for me. It does a 3-shot burst, but it's slow. So it's like, ding, ding, ding. You know, it's not as fast as I want it to be. The lighting. Ooh, which was a design choice that I disagree with strongly. The setting function button on the bottom apparently requires the software, which is, I'm referring to this thing here. So yeah, if you would like a larger mouse and you're willing to forego the software so you can customize things, which would be a very wise choice, you're going to probably love this mouse, unless you're a lefty, because it's definitely made for right-handed people. I found that, this is a good idea, but I found that in practice, it didn't really work out exactly, because if I wanted to have my fingers in these grooves, I had to shift the way I was holding my hand, or my mouse, so it was more like this. But I felt like it'd be better like this, and it's not a huge difference, but that and that makes a big difference when you're trying to do it. So I never quite adapted to fully using those grooves for my 2 less useful fingers. I guess they're less useful anyways, unless you want to hold something. So that is all that I had to share with you about this mouse. Again, don't use the software unless you can prove definitively that it is not a threat, as in no malware and no Trojan. Thanks for watching and have a great day. If you would like to help me and get something out of it by helping me on a one-time basis, you can go to my eBay channel, the PC Expert Amateur, where you can purchase the items that I have on sale there. There are lots of keyboards and mouses and some other items as well. I've got cable organizers with power supplies and a bunch of other stuff, a nice variety of things that I have reviewed in the past and I no longer need, and I need to make space. Plus, I also need the money. So if you want to do that, the information's on the screen.
I need to ask for your help. Things have been challenging. Whose life hasn't been challenging lately? So if you can please help me out by liking, subscribing, sharing, commenting, and turning on notifications, that would be really, really super. Also, if you'd like to help me financially and you can't afford to, you can do a super thanks on my Glenn's Fast Reviews channel, or you can become a member there. Or if you prefer, you can go to patreon.com/GLENNMII and become a member there instead. Also, I'd like to give a shout out to Bleeping Computer for their support of my channel. If you need resources for computers, for getting rid of malware and learning about cybersecurity and stuff, Bleeping Computer, BLEEPING computer.com is a great resource. Thanks so much for watching and have a great day.